In a quiet town where laughter seemed to fade before it reached the streets, there lived a young girl named Mira. She wasn't strange nor unkind, just unseen. Every day she watched other children run in groups, their voices bright like sunlight, while she stood at the edges of the world, holding silence in her hands like a heavy stone.
Mira's favorite place was the old park near the edge of town. The swings creaked in the wind, and the slide was cold even under the afternoon sun. No children ever came there anymore. Still, Mira returned, hoping that one day someone would appear, someone who would say her name. One cloudy afternoon, Mira knelt in the sandbox and began digging. She didn't know why. Perhaps she wanted to bury her loneliness, or perhaps she wanted to find something new. Her fingers struck something rough beneath the sand, something that did not belong. She pulled out a small stuffed rabbit, worn and stained as though it had been underground for years. One button eye was cracked, and its fabric smelled faintly of damp soil. Yet Mira felt warmth spread through her chest. For the first time, she had found something that felt like it was waiting for her. When Mira brought the toy home, her parents froze in surprise. They had grown used to her quietness, to the way she moved like a shadow through the house. But that night, Mira smiled, truly smiled. Her mother gently washed the rabbit and stitched its torn ear.
Mira named it Lumo because it felt like a small light in her dark world. She carried it everywhere, whispering secrets into its cloth face. At night, she slept with it close, as though it could protect her from the emptiness she feared. That week, Mira began having dreams. In them, the playground was full of children, but their faces were blurred, their laughter echoing like distant cries. And always in the corner stood Lumo, watching. One night, Mira awoke suddenly. The room was still, yet she heard something soft, like breathing that wasn't hers. Then came a whisper, faint but clear. "You took what was mine." The next morning, Mira did not come downstairs. Her mother called her name again and again until panic filled the house. When they opened her bedroom door, the air turned cold. Mira lay motionless, her skin pale as paper. Beside her was Lumo, cleaner than it had ever been. A note rested on the floor, written in jagged letters. "She should not have unearthed my treasure. Now you will understand loss."
News spread quickly. The town mourned, but fear crept beneath the grief. Parents kept their children inside. The playground became abandoned completely. Mira's home turned into a place of constant sorrow. But Mira did not disappear. Somewhere between death and longing, her soul lingered. She had not made a single friend. Her dream remained unfinished, and unfinished dreams in the dark can rot into something dangerous. Mira's spirit drifted until it found something familiar. Lumo. The rabbit's button eye seemed to shine in the darkness. Mira slipped into it like mist into fabric, and suddenly she could feel again, small, trapped, and awake. She no longer called it Lumo. That name belonged to the girl who still believed in kindness. Now she called it Hush Bunny, because silence was all she had left, and silence was where she grew. From shelves and beds and toy chests, Mira watched children laughing with their friends. Each laugh was a knife. Each smile was a reminder of what she never had. One evening, a child found Hush Bunny at a thrift store and brought it home. That night, the house heard whispers under the bed. By morning, the house was screaming. Mira realized something horrifying. The more pain she caused, the stronger she became. Hush Bunny moved from home to home, always found, always loved at first. People thought it was only a toy, but Mira was no longer a girl. She was a hunger. Years later, the town began telling stories. They said,
Never take abandoned toys. Never dig where the ground feels too cold. And if you hear a whisper from something that cannot speak, run.